Hey, I think we are live. Let me go in and check this. Had to do a little restart. It seems to be the issue constantly with my computer is that it doesn't want to load Zoom unless I've restarted the computer, which is very frustrating. And it's not like a quick job to restart my computer. So sorry for the delay. We'll get going. Just want to make sure that I am live here. It says I am. Hopefully I'm in the right spot because I'm not seeing it. Hold on. There it is. Okay, cool. All right. How are you doing? Let me know. Let me know. If you do use Instagram for your business, let's do it this way. Put in the comments your Instagram link or your username, and then we can all follow each other. Okay. So that will help you a little bit because we're going to be talking Instagram today. So that's the main conversation we'll be having. I'm going to turn my volume down and make sure I have all of your comments in front of me. So I'm watching it on the phone at the same time. All right, welcome, welcome. Sorry for the delay. So let's get going. We're going to be talking about Instagram. And if you were on the calls, all the weekly calls that I did 2 weeks of trainings, and since then we've done weekly calls. If you have not caught those, they're all in the units section of the group, so you can still catch those. And a lot of this some of it's repeat from what you've heard before, and then some of it might be new too. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up my screen. Let's go here first. When I restarted, the site I want to take you guys to is not there. Okay. Share screen. Hey, I see. Hey, Gail, Sean, Christina, Maria. Welcome. Let's talk Instagram. So by starting, put your Instagram link or just the username in the comments below. So that way we can follow each other and I know what type of businesses are here. And then if you have any questions, bring those here. Bring those to me because I am here to answer your questions also. So I just wrote this blog, so you can find all about this on my blog. But I want to go through it with you step by step. It's a cool new, it's actually by quill.com. They put this together. How to get the most out of Instagram for your small business. And this is an infographic that they created, and I thought it was so good. They wanted me to publish it on my blog, and I did. So this is live on my blog. You can either follow along with me, or you can go over to my blog, janetjohnson.com/blog. You'll find it the top one because I just launched it today. So let's just walk you through this. So first, there are more than 1 billion active Instagram accounts, 500 million of which are active every day. 400 million Instagram accounts use stories every day. And I believe these numbers have actually, the stories numbers have gone up even higher than that. 1/3 of the most viewed stories are from businesses. 80% of Instagram accounts follow a business on Instagram. Okay, 80%. So people are following businesses. There are more than 25 million Instagram business profiles worldwide. 60% of people say they discover, oops, I want to go down. Say they discover new products on Instagram. Yeah, I found some new products on Instagram lately myself, and I always end up clicking the buy now or the see more, learn more, and then they retarget me. Yeah, it's kind of fun, but I see products I'm interested in all the time on Instagram. More than 200 million Instagram users visit at least one business profile every single day. 67% of Gen Xers and 60% of millennials say they're more likely to make a purchase from a brand they follow on Instagram. That's very interesting. 7 out of every 10 hashtags on Instagram are branded. While users are allowed to use 30 hashtags, research suggests 11 is the most optimal amount. All right, so here's some Instagram highlights. This is when the algorithm changed in 18. It's at the very end of 18. And there was another shift in 2019, but I believe these are all still extremely relevant. So 70% of Instagram posts are not seen. And I believe that number is even higher than that. So I think it's more between 80 and 90% of Instagram posts are not seen. Just like on Facebook, you have all the likes on your page, but how many people really see your content if you're not running ads? It's something like 4% on Facebook, okay? So that comparison. Posts are no longer chronological. They tried to do that where the latest posts would go in order, where it went up and down. The latest posts were at the top of your feed, but that's not the way it works anymore. And that's not the way Facebook works either. It's more based on what we're going to be talking about. Their new algorithm focuses on users' engagement when deciding what content people see, including likes, comments, video views, saves, shared posts, and direct messages. So they can be taking advantage of all of these. That is helping you show up better in the algorithm. So that's why engagement is so important. Instagram announced that the order of photos and videos in an Instagram user's feed is based on the likelihood that they'd be interested in the content. So meaning, and it's the same thing on Facebook. They've really kind of made it similar to Facebook, meaning you will see the videos and pictures of the people that you've engaged on the most, period, the end. That's how it works. So if you get lots of engagement on your Instagram account by certain people, those certain people are going to be seeing your photos and videos more. The algorithm also factors in how quickly people engage with your content and how long they engage with your content. So the longer they engage, the better off you are. If your post gets a lot of likes and comments in a short amount of time, so quick, we want the engagement super fast in the beginning. It's about, and in Facebook's the same way. So I'm not saying it's any different on Facebook here. It's about launching it. That's why you need to have your hashtags ready to go when you launch and have everything in place. You know, if you're going to tag a product, and within an hour of you posting, then you want to respond to their, if they respond to you, you want to respond to them because that will increase your engagement. If users spend more time on a post, either watching a video or reading a well-written caption, for instance, the post will also be considered higher quality by Instagram's algorithm. So when you post a picture, you can have people fly by and hit click. So let's say you post a picture, the ones that you swipe side, that you have multiple pictures and they have to swipe to the side. Well, guess what? They're engaging on it and they're swiping. So it's getting even more engagement and it's a longer amount of time. So that is a really good hack, is to try to do those multiple picture posts. The other thing is video typically does get more viewership and more engagement than an actual picture. So that's something you want to test for sure. All right, so let's talk about the tips. Tips to use Instagram to leverage your small business. Use your logo as your profile photo. So people, this is if you are a small business that can't put your picture. Okay. I don't agree with this completely, this infographic completely, because if you are a small business that can actually use your photo, put your photo. If you are a brand and you don't have that option, then use a logo. Be consistent with your names. Be consistent across all platforms and with your account and your username. Some people do different account names and usernames, but I find that confusing. And this is agreeing with me. It's if you can possibly use the same username and same name in your account. You want to convert to a business account. We talked about this in one of the demos. I showed you exactly how to convert to a business account, but it's also demoed here at the very end of this infographic too, to maybe make it easier for you. So you want real-time analytics on your stories and promoted posts. And then this will also get you the ability to add more information about your company. And then you can learn a lot about insights on followers. And you can, so you can promote too. So that's the key thing. You really want to do that. Convert your personal to a business account. This is something we've talked about too. You want to use smaller hashtags. So when you're creating your hashtag strategy, you want to be, I like the third thing here on the right, you location specific if you are a location specific business. And then consider lesser used hashtags, not the big ones in the millions, but smaller used hashtags. And you want to discover you popular hashtags, your post may get lost. So that's the key thing. They'll get lost, and they also are more likely to get spam coming to them if you have those big hashtags. So niche those hashtags down. All right, so we talked about varying the content already with videos, with pictures, with scrolling posts, with multiple posts so that they have to click and scroll to the side. So you want to vary your content. And the other point they have here is you want to have a consistent look and feel to your posts, but you want to try different types of posts like a close-up product shot one day and then a picture of a scene where your product is more discreet. Putting you in a picture is fantastic. That's the best thing you can do. People in pictures work so much better. The more you can put people in the pictures, the better off you are. Sorry, if you saw that I paused for a minute, I will switch my chairs. I just have to do this. We'll try it. I got a brand new office chair and my husband just brought it in to me. So, and it's pink and it's ergonomic friendly because I have a really bad back and I sit too much. So off subject, but kind of fun. So let's see. It's pretty comfy. I like it. I like it. All right. And it's hot pink. But the funny thing is I got totally off subject, but let's have a little fun with this. I got 2 chairs and I thought I only ordered 1 chair. And my son wants to take one of them. And I'm like, well, it's hot pink, but if you really want it, okay. So he's taking his hot pink chair. So quite funny. All right, any questions at all? Drop them. I've been watching in the comments. I don't see any questions yet, but drop your questions in the comments so that I can get to those at the end. All right, post pictures of satisfied customers. This is something a lot of people don't think about. It's great to put these pictures in you want to make sure that you're putting the other people other than yourself, if you possibly can. And, this is a customer that did very well, blah, 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 blah. And talk about, and if you can get them in a video testimonial, even better. So even better. And then remind those followers to tag you in pictures when they use your product or service. So like, let's say it's clothing or something like that. You should definitely say tag, tag, tag. Make sure that you tag us. We would love it if you tag us. All right, make friends with influencers. So this could be influencers, but I also think this could go another layer further where it could be just who your potential followers or customers could be is another thing that you just follow them, engage with their posts. I'm in Minnesota. And what I do a lot of times is I will go to the hashtag Minnesota or hashtag small business or hashtag Minnesota business or something like that. And I will find and learn who the people are and look at their posts. If I find that the posts are engaging or something that I want to comment on, I do comment, but I comment authentically. You need to be real about it. And I comment and I will follow them. So it's a great way to, connect with influencers, but also potential customers too. And don't be afraid of video. Video is very, very hot. So use videos to offer more insights to your brand, show your product or service in use. We just talked about testimonial videos, clients doing it. If your video has sound, do use captions. Make sure that you add captions to it. Use videos for your feed. Use videos for longer videos, can be in the IGTV part. And also share those to your stories too. Very important to share to the stories also. Be mindful when you post. So this is research shows that engagement is different on different days of the week. We talked about insights on one of our posts, one of those trainings that I had. And in the insights, if you have a business account, then you will be able to go in to your insights and look at when the people that follow you are on the most. And you want to try to pick those times and days to post your content. Now, they're saying here that the best times to post, it says, okay, they're saying here the best times to post are Wednesday at 3 p.m., Thursday, 5 a.m., 11 a.m. You could try these times too, but once you have some documentation, look at your own insights. But these are some suggested times also. 5 a.m. Friday, that's interesting. Help followers buy with shopping on Instagram. We've talked about if you're e-commerce, you really want to make sure that you are creating that product catalog with a business account and creating a Facebook shop. And then that will feed over to your Instagram. So they can click to purchase right from there. Stories. Don't forget about stories. A lot of people just do the posts, especially if you're using a scheduler. You'll just create these posts and then you're going to forget about the stories. Don't forget about stories. You can even share your post content to your stories and then just create lots of different stories and use polls to make it more engaging and then ask questions to make it more engaging. And if you have more than 10,000 followers, you can use the swipe up feature. You can get the swipe up to go to a third-party website. But I show you in my trainings how if you run Instagram stories ads, you can get that too without the 10,000 followers. Reply to comments. So I mentioned this before, how quickly you need to have the comments is very, very important. So having those comments very fast is really important, but it's also saying try to respond to the comments within the first hour of posting to increase your odds of visibility. All right. And even if it doesn't need a response, give it a heart, give it a smiley face, give it something. We've dabbled with longer comments and longer captions, and that can help too. So see what works best for you. It's better to go beyond the heart if possible. The heart, the smiley face, that kind of thing. And we talked about asking questions in stories, but you can also ask questions in your posts themselves. But then you want to make sure that you are taking the time to respond to the answers that people give. So don't just set it and forget it. That's not what social media is for. Social media is for engaging with posts, engaging with others. Now, here's the instructions on how to set up a Instagram business account. And you can walk through this. It's just downloading the app, have the app, sign in, and then you go in and you can go to the Facebook and switch to business profile under accounts. And I walked you through that step by step in the training too. All right. Any questions on that? That was a lot of information. The bottom line summary of that, you can go back to my website and take a look at that anytime you want to. But the bottom line summary of that whole thing is people are on Instagram. Businesses are on Instagram. Businesses are being embraced on Instagram too. So it's a great place to have your business. Secondly, engaging posts are super important. The more engaging you can get, the more likely you are to show up. They're becoming a pay to play. Most of my clients, I suggest some sort of small budget to add to their Instagram account just to reach more people. And you can reach a new audience that way too. But the bottom line is create engaging content or you'll be lost in the shuffle. And the more engaging it can be, the more people will be brought in. But Instagram's a great place to be. I just always want to add the layer of advertising to it. So using the Facebook and Instagram advertising to push yourself even further, to push the reach even further makes a big difference. All right, any questions on that? I see a few people posted. If you have not posted your Instagram account, post it here and I will follow you afterwards, and whoever else wants to follow you. I will also put the direct link in here to that blog post. It's a lot of content that we covered already during the other trainings, but if you haven't been on those, then this might be, like I said, it might be new to you. So go out there, create that calendar, create that schedule, and get posting on Instagram. All right, anybody else? Any questions? I do not see any. So every Tuesday we do this call at 1 o'clock Central Standard Time. When you join, come with questions. This is your time. If you have specific questions, I will be here to answer that. Engaging content for mortgage. Great. Yep. Perfect. Okay. Engaging content for mortgage. It would be, well, Gail, I know you have engaging content would be like your viral video that you have, for instance. That's a piece of engaging content. It's a lot of people watching that video. And then if people want to save your video, share the video, there's saves, there's shares, there's all sorts of things within Instagram. And you can create that double engaging content though, by posting that. If you post it on your feed, what I would suggest, like, let's say you have this one piece of content you really want to make sure gets out there. You want to post that in your feed, but you also want to take on that little airplane and manually share it to your story also, because that will drive the people from the story back to that. Then you also want to make sure that you're asking some sort of question. You could also ask for people to share it. That's another thing you could do in your post too. There's a lot of different things that you can do in there, but that would be one of my thoughts. That's kind of a viral piece of content. Is any video is typically that gets a lot of engagement. That would be. So, and I just emailed Dave for that, for your video too. He doesn't know where it is, but hopefully maybe you do. All right. Awesome. Thanks. Yes, you're welcome, Rashmi. Okay. And I have another cool, any idea when shop on Instagram will be rolled out to oh, you don't have shop. Really? Oh, that's a bummer. I have not heard. Yeah, that's a bummer. The swipe up through the paid campaign. You know what? That was going to be my recommendation. Exactly. That for now, until you can get the shop. And you can't promote. The bummer is if you have a shop on a product and you have that product in your post itself, you can't promote that. So that's kind of a bummer anyway. So the product kind of goes against you sometimes if you want to promote. So that's exactly what I would do though. I'd use the Instagram stories ad for the swipe up feature so that they can go over to your store. Very good. Biggest struggle has been coming up with Instagram stories. People want motorcycles about the past snow days. Yeah, stories are, especially when you're not in the office, like for you guys, you have an agency and you're in an office a lot. And so you could, do a little bit of behind the scenes in the office. Stories, if you go to canva.com, they have a bunch of templates that have some pretty cool stories in there that maybe will trigger something for you to be doing more stories. I find that videos work better if you can do the longer videos, because then like a 1-minute video will be 4 stories because they're each 15 seconds. So that's a kind of cool thing to think about, you know, if you can do more of the videos for your stories, because the thing is doing multiple in a row makes more sense than just one at a time. So when I do a stories, and I'll even go backwards and share past content from my feed if it fits with each other. So one day I may do a whole bunch of my social media tips that I posted even in the last few weeks or few months even, and I'll just go and start sharing all those. So because you can't share too much, and you can't, there's no repeating your stories really doesn't matter either. So you can repeat the posts from your feed multiple times into stories too. They're COVID ones. Okay, cool. Yeah, they do have cool templates in there. So hopefully that helps you kind of come up with more ideas, but just repeat. Go ahead and repeat past things that you've done. And just don't forget videos. If you have video content, put that into stories too. If it's past a minute, longer than a minute, then you'll need to put it into IGTV, but then you could share that IGTV to your story. And then even another layer on that is in stories, you can link to your IGTVs, which is pretty cool too. Awesome, Gail. Yes, we will all follow. Okay, perfect. Thank you guys. I think I think that's the end of the questions. Oh, how to share your post to your story. It is the little airplane. If you're on the post itself, this underneath the square, there are 3 dots. Let me open my Instagram. Okay, so I just posted this one on mine, and here, I'm going to move that because that's all you're seeing. See that little airplane right there? I'll point to it for you. That little airplane. Oops. Oh, come on. It's not cooperating with me. Little airplane. It's like a paper airplane. So hopefully you see that. You click on that and it says add post to your story. And then I would add then it will come up with what it looks like. So that's my post. And then I can click on the sticker, add a sticker, that kind of thing. Maybe if I even did an IGTV around that post, then I could put that in the IGTV kind of thing. So, which I do have an IGTV on that if that makes sense to you. So hopefully that makes sense. The little paper airplane that shares it to your story. All right. Thanks, you guys. I will see you next Tuesday. Bring your questions, and we will be talking Facebook or Instagram. Not sure what the subject matter will be, but I will figure it out before then. And if you have questions in the meantime, be sure to just post those in the group anytime, and then I will come in and answer too. All right. Thanks. Have a good day.